What if I told you there was a way to audit your own tax returns before the IRS and legally force them to write you a check for tens of thousands of dollars? Sounds too good to be true, right? That's exactly what a $30 million company owner thought when I first explained the pilot orientation process to him. He said, "Look, Tony, I've been in business for 18 years. If there's money sitting on the table, my CPA would have found it." Well, 3 months later, he's expecting a 73K refund check from the Treasury Department. Here's how we did it, and why this stealth audit approach is recovering money that traditional accountants miss like 9 out of 10 times. If you're a business owner doing 2 to 50 million even in annual revenue, and you've been trusting your CPA to maximize every possible tax deduction and credit, what I'm about to reveal will probably shock you because there's a 90% chance you've been overpaying the IRS for years. Not because you're doing it wrong or not because your accountant isn't competent, but because traditional accounting industry operates on what I call defensive tax compliance. They focus on compliance with quarterly and annual deadlines, not on aggressive wealth preservation. Do any of these situations sound familiar to you? Your CPA prepares your returns, you sign them, and you assume they found every possible deduction. You pay your tax bill thinking this is just the cost of doing business, without questioning if there might be money left on the table. You've heard about other business owners getting massive refunds but figured they must be in a different industry, or maybe they have a better accountant. You're making good money but somehow feel like you're working harder than ever just to stay ahead of your tax obligations. Well, here's the brutal reality is that successful business owners never discover this. The accounting industry has been trained to play defense, not offense. Your CPA went to school to learn compliance, not wealth building. They were taught to file accurate returns and avoid audits, not to conduct surgical strikes on past tax years to extract every dollar you're legally entitled to. It's like hiring a security guard to run your family's investment portfolio. They might keep your money safe, but they're not trained to make you wealthy. The defensive mindset is costing business owners hundreds of billions of dollars in unclaimed refunds every single year, money that belongs to you, money that could be funding your expansion, securing your family's future, or building the wealth fortress you started your business to create. Think about Sarah, who owned a $10 million sod farming operation for 20 years. Her trusted CPA filed her returns and collected his $18,000 annual fee. Well, when we conducted our pilot orientation on just the last 3 years, we uncovered $147,000 in personal and business missed deductions and credits. The IRS wrote her a check for the full amount plus interest. Her CPA's response? "I had no idea those strategies existed." Take Marcus. He built a $30 million steel manufacturing business from scratch. He was proud of his company's growth, but frustrated by the mounting tax burden. His accountant kept telling him taxes are just part of being successful. Well, our 90-day pilot orientation recovered $67K from past tax returns and restructured the current strategy to save an additional $150,000 annually. Marcus told me, "I feel like I've been fighting with one hand tied behind my back for years." Then there's David, who owns a chain of auto repair shops generating about 6.1 annually. He thought his tax situation was optimized because he was with a prestigious accounting firm downtown. Well, our pilot orientation found $156,000 in recoverable funds spanning over the last 36 months. When David called his old accountant to ask why these opportunities were missed, the partner admitted, "We focus on compliance, not aggressive optimization." But here's what makes crisis even more devastating for business owners. Every day you wait is another day that money sits in the Treasury Department's account instead of yours, earning them interest while your business could be using those funds to grow, expand, and weather unexpected challenges. And guess what? They're in the tax code because Uncle Sam wants them in there for you as a business owner. And here's the part that you should keep you awake at night. The IRS only allows you to amend those returns for 3 years. After that, your money is gone forever. You filed in 2022, in April of 2023, you have until April of 2026 to recover those funds. So the clock is ticking. Most business owners have no idea they're sitting on a gold mine of recoverable tax refunds because their accountants simply weren't trained to see those opportunities. But here's the thing, there is a solution. I'm living proof that it works. What if I told you there's somebody who spent over 20 years in entrepreneurship, including mergers and acquisitions world, and who's seen hundreds of business exits, and who knows exactly how to structure your finances for maximum wealth extraction, both from the IRS and from the eventual sale? What if this person also, smartly, assembled a team of former M&A executives who could conduct a stealth audit of your tax situation, beginning with the end in mind, recovering tens of thousands of dollars you didn't even know existed? My name is Tony Mellon, and for the past 2 decades plus, I've been a business owner, and I've helped business owners maximize their wealth at every stage, from growth to exit. And here's my story. I spent over 20 years, like I said, as an entrepreneur, in a big chunk of that in the M&A space, personally assisting in dozens of business exits. I've seen brilliant entrepreneurs who built million-dollar companies walk away from their life's work far less wealth than they deserved. That's a huge injustice to the entrepreneurs, not because their business wasn't valuable, but because they never learned how to really extract the maximum value from their financial strategies. I watched too many business owners discover too late I've been leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table in missed tax strategies, suboptimal wealth strategies, and poorly planned exits. That's when I realized something crucial. The same analytical skills that help buyers and sellers maximize deal value during acquisitions can be applied to maximize tax recovery and wealth building during the operation phase, which is when we really need to set this stuff up. So I assemble what I call the Freedom Consultants. It's a group of current and former M&A executives, CPAs, insurance brokers, tax strategists, wealth architects, and more, who understand that building a successful business and building wealth are two completely different games. Here's what sets our approach apart from every other financial professional you've encountered. First, we think like M&A analysts, beginning with the end in mind, not like a traditional accountant. When we review your tax returns, we're not just looking for compliance, we're conducting forensic analysis to find every dollar of recoverable wealth. We approach your taxes like we're preparing your company for a sale, which means we find money that's defensive, that these defensive accountants are going to miss. Second, we use what we call military-style tax offensives. While your CPA plays defense, we launch calculated strikes on past returns to extract maximum refunds without triggering audit flags. We know exactly which deductions the IRS rubber stamps and which ones raise red flags. Third, this isn't just about getting money back from the IRS. Once we've recovered your past overpayments, we implement those same wealth building strategies. I've seen others create massive personal fortunes for business owners preparing for exit. We turn your business into a wealth generating machine, not a job that just pays you well. And here's how our pilot your wealth process works. First, we have a pilot orientation. It's a 90-day money recovery mission. We conduct a surgical analysis of your past 3 tax returns, identifying every missed deduction, unclaimed credit, and suboptimal strategy. This phase alone typically recovers $30K to $200K in refunds that your accountant missed. The IRS pays you back with interest. We also create a Wealth Map ATC, air traffic control. It turns recovered tax dollars into a coordinated asset map, allowing you to build assets inside and outside the business without tying up your personal liquidity like traditional plans do. If that wasn't enough, we also provide a certified business valuation included in pilot orientation. It delivers a defensible third-party value range tied to real comps and normalized financials, so you can price, insure, and plan an exit with confidence. We need to know what it's worth today in order to fit it into the plan for tomorrow. Then we also have an exit flight plan. We can optimize the strategy where we prepare your business and personal finances for an eventual sale. It gives you the option. You don't have to sell it now, but when you want to sell it, it's available, using the same M&A intelligence that helps our clients maximize their exit values when they're ready to sell. The results, you recover massive amounts of money from the past years, optimize your current tax strategy, and build wealth foundation that prepares you for the biggest payday of your entrepreneurial career, your exit. But before I can tell you about the access to this process, let me paint a picture of your financial future could look like. Imagine getting a call from the bank telling you got a $73K refund check just hit your account today. Money the IRS owed you from past years that your accountant never claimed. Imagine then implementing tax strategies that put the extra 40 or 80K per year back in your pocket year over year, money you can use to expand your business, invest in real estate, and simply enjoy the fruits of your labor. Remember, these are in the tax code because Uncle Sam wants to support you as a business owner. Imagine having a wealth structure so sophisticated that when you're ready to sell your business, Buyers see you as the kind of operator who maximizes value at every level, making you and your company more attractive, driving up, guess what? The sale price and the sellability. We'll talk about that. Imagine never wondering if you're leaving money on the table because you have a team of former professionals ensuring you extract maximum value from financial decisions. So here's what I want to offer. I want to provide you with a review of the last 3 tax filings, a comprehensive analysis designed specifically for your business and business owners who suspect they've been overpaying the IRS and want to recover every dollar they're legally entitled to. This isn't a generic financial review where someone tries to sell you an expensive product on the back end. This is a forensic analysis conducted by my team who knows how to find money that traditional accountants miss. During this assessment, we'll analyze your tax situation with the same intensity we use if we were preparing your company for acquisition. We'll identify every recoverable dollar from the past 3 years, show you exactly how to extract maximum wealth from your current operations, and let me share what other business owners are saying about pilot orientation. I have an owner of a $60 million construction company told me, I thought $200K tax bill was just the cost of doing business. Tony's team found $127K in missed opportunities and showed me how to legally reduce my tax burden by 40%. I feel like I'm flying with radar for the first time. A manufacturing company owner said, I've been in business for 23 years. I thought I'd seen every tax strategy. Tony's pilot orientation recovered $89,000 from past years and restructured my finances to build wealth outside of my business. My old CPA was playing checkers while these guys are playing chess. How about that? A restaurant chain owner told me the $156K refund was incredible, but what really impressed me was how prepared my entire financial structure for my eventual exit was produced. And I finally understand why some business owners get rich and others just stay busy. Now, logically, this is the smartest decision you can make for your business and your family. You're already paying someone to handle your taxes. The question is whether they're playing offense or defense with your wealth, and we already know what they're doing. The assessment costs you nothing except for 45 minutes of your time, but it could recover tens of thousands of dollars you didn't even know existed while positioning you for maximum wealth extraction from your business. You have everything to gain and nothing to lose. But here's what you need to understand about timing. But every single day you wait is another day that money sits in the Treasury Department's account instead of funding your growth, your security, your dreams. The IRS has a 3-year statute of limitations on amended returns. If you filed in 2022 return in April of 2023, you have until April of 2026, it's just around the corner, to recover those funds. After that deadline passes, your money is gone forever. The window is closing. Business owners take advantage of our pilot orientation process now will recover maximum refunds and implement wealth structures while they still have time. Those who wait literally watch tens of thousands of dollars disappear into the government coffers permanently. And here's something critical that most business owners never consider. Your competitors who implement these strategies gain a massive advantage. While you're paying full rates and missing recoverable refunds, they're operating at a 30 to 40% more cash flow and building wealth foundations that compound over time. The longer you wait, the bigger the advantage becomes. Here's exactly what you need to do right now. Click the button below. Schedule the pilot orientation with our team. We can virtually meet with you or at our office, whatever works best for you or your schedule. This is not a high-pressure meeting where we try to convince you to spend money you don't have. In fact, we're trying to put money back in your pocket. This is a forensic analysis where we'll show you exactly how much money you can recover from the past years and how to optimize your wealth building strategy going forward. In 45 minutes, you'll know exactly how much the IRS owes you and precisely how to get it back. You'll understand why traditional accounting approaches leave money on the table and how to implement offensive strategies to maximize your wealth extraction. But more importantly, you'll finally have the peace of mind that comes from knowing you're not leaving tens of thousands of dollars in government hands when it should be building your financial future. Don't spend another day wondering if there's money sitting on the table. Take action to recover what's rightfully yours and position your business for maximum wealth creation. Click that button and schedule your pilot orientation right now. Your bank account and your family's financial future will thank you for it. This is Tony Miller. I look forward to helping you recover your wealth that you've been unknowingly surrendering to the IRS, and also helping you build a financial foundation that turns your business success into generational wealth. Your money's waiting. The question is, how much longer will you let the government hold it hostage? Schedule your assessment now, because every day that you wait is money that you may never get back.